Hey guys, it's Dalton again from DT's Cool Cards, and I think I got some things worked out better than the video I posted yesterday. So this one I'm doing in landscape mode, not portrait mode, and I think I have the angle at a little bit better spot. And then also you can see my what is it called, mandatory Pokemon flare stuff in the background. I literally just got the Lego set a few days ago. Now that I have a child, my hobbies have kind of changed a little bit. I don't really necessarily have time to sit down and play video games for an hour to whatever a day. But me, my wife, and then maybe my daughter can look and be a spectator, and also our cousin that lives with us. She can help put it together. I figure we all can get a Lego set and put it together, and also give me some additional credibility, I guess. And then also, you guys can see in the back. I'm covering up a little bit of it, but I sell Pokemon cards, and I sell a lot of them because my office is a complete and utter disaster. So bear with me. Eventually, one day this will get cleaned up, but it is what it is. But yeah, guys, by the thumbnail that I'm going to post with this right now, DT's Cool Cards is up 20% year over year. Now that's just in revenue. Profit is a little harder to look at just because the first thing I'm going to talk about here in a second. But yeah, sales are up 20% year over year. I definitely think that I'll have some opportunity to widen that the positive, whatever you want to call it. I'll definitely have an opportunity to do that. And I really feel confident that I can end the year at about 300 to 350,000 in sales. Now, so I'm going to tell you guys the three things that I think are attributing most, or at least three factors that I think heavily weigh into my sales being up. First and foremost, I've spent more money, right? No matter what anybody tells you, no matter what secret sauce they tell you, no matter what, buy this card or that card or invest here. We're in a cash business, right? A cash flow business. The way that you get in more sales is you have to spend more money. It's cash in, cash out. The way that, and I'm pretty sure that's a rap song, by the way. But the way you get in more sales is you have to spend more money. Now, there's other things that kind of factor into you being able to spend more money. I've had more money to spend, but I will say just in general, the more you do something, the better you're supposed to be at it, right? So I've made, hi Fernanda, I've made better decisions when it comes to buying product, right? That is going to factor into the third thing I'm going to talk about. What I will say is, last year around this time, or at least, when I first started doing this, you just don't really necessarily know what you're doing, right? You're supposed to buy between 70 and 75%. You're looking for collections. You're looking for bulk. But really, other than that, you don't really know, right? And the market, or I guess like the hype of Pokemon, whatever you want to call it, has shifted a lot, right? A lot of the listings you're going to see on Facebook are I know my value, or people on Facebook are asking for more than what what they think it's worth or what they should get or whatever. And then the other thing is when it comes to making better, or what's helped me make better business decisions, is I hate collector, right? I don't like collector. I hate it. It's a pain in the butt. It's cool. I guess I get it, because you look at your little graph and you see it going up and you get excited and all that kind of stuff. But if you guys have been selling for any kind of time, that collector doesn't always take the right price. So that was definitely one thing that made it very difficult for me last year. And I bought a lot of things that I shouldn't off of collector. I think last year around this time, there was a guy I was working with. I can't remember his name, but there was a guy I was working with in the DFW area, which is where I'm based out of or whatever. Dude, I spent like 8 or 9 grand with him in the span of, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, a month, whatever. And he kept on putting cards into collector, and collector does not grab the right price for non-mint, or excuse me, yeah, for non-near mint, non-modern cards. And one time I bought a Venusaur for like 150, maybe more. That was only worth like maybe a quarter of that or half of that. And I kept on asking him to change it. He wouldn't change it. So In fact, I don't even think he's selling cards anymore because I never see him on Facebook Marketplace. But anyway, I've been able to make better decisions when it comes to buying. And that's things that you're going to get, with time. Obviously, everyone knows that the easiest barrier to entry is going to be bulk. But, when it comes to buying collections, guys, it just takes time to figure out what you want, what you're looking for, what fits best with your, not necessarily lifestyle, but with your like business style or like how you want your business to move forward. So number one is better decision making. The second thing with that, so anytime you're growing a business, you have to have more capital and then you have to have more time, right? And that's been something I've really been able to do. I've gotten my business to the point to where I might have 30 or 40 orders a day, but typically I can wake up early enough, print up the little packing sheets, and I've started using TCG tracking, and I have the little windowed envelopes. So I'll print up a pack list. I'll go ahead and put all the envelopes like together. Put my little address thingy on there, and then put a stamp on there. And I'll prep all those. I'll come downstairs, help my wife take care of the newborn. I try to be a good husband and a good partner, so she needs lots and lots of help of getting out of the door in the morning, which is fine. And then after that, I'll come upstairs. I'll pull all my order or pull all my cards. I'll pack them, and then I'll get them all together. And then typically after that, I'll go to the post office, come back, and granted, it's only been a couple days. But after that, I'll make whatever content that I want to make or need to make. And I told you guys on my last video, for all, I think 17 people have looked at it, so I appreciate it. For what I told you guys on the video yesterday is my goal is to grow this into a $1 million business, and to get there as quickly as possible. In fact, sacrifice some quality for speed, and you have to have time. So with that time, I've been able to do more buys. And then the other thing is, my wife came to me a couple days ago, and she goes, Dalton, I don't know what we're doing with this Pokemon stuff because you're always working, right? And yeah, 100%, guys. I know that hustle culture has gotten into like a bad bubble recently, or a bad sphere, whatever you want to call it. But typically, time in equals success, or possibility, whatever you want to call it, right? However, I have to be able to have more time for my family, and with that time for family, it makes everyone happier, brings everyone more peace. So it refills my batteries more, gives me more energy. The more I can help out with my family, the more I can spend time with my family, the more I want to get back to work, kick butt, and then go back and spend more time with my family. So more time. Cash and time are the two biggest things when it comes to building a business. And then last but not least, this is something I'll go on more in detail on future videos. But I would say a month or two ago, I hit a massive reset with my business, right? I had 60,000 cards. Now I only have 16,000 cards listed. And to be honest with you, I'm trying to get down, man, I would probably say to less than 1,000 as soon as possible. Again, I'll talk about another video, no shade to anybody. I'm really getting out of bulk. I don't really want to do bulk anymore. And then I'm really getting out of magic. Magic is one of those things, and to an extent, bulk as well. Once everyone knows how to do something, or once something is the general consensus of what's like the least, I'm trying to think, I finished reading the series called the Sun Eater series, and it's the fastest path, or the whatever, right? The least path of resistance, whatever you want to call it. With magic, you have the websites that give you their EV. And once somebody sees a positive EV, then everyone's going to buy it, right? I spent like $500 on a whole bunch of Foundation Jump Set boxes. And I haven't sold very much of it at all. So I'm actively trying to get out of Magic as well, and really focus on Pokemon and really Japanese Pokemon cards, which is something that probably the biggest shift I've done in the last month. Is just straight up shifting to Japanese cards. I still take in trades, love trades, but I am trying to really move into Japanese products, and maybe Chinese and Korean as well. So TLR, TDLR, whichever one it is, the three biggest things that I feel like are growing my business and being up 20% year over year is going to be more capital to spend, right? Better decisions. I'm able to liquidate faster. I'm able to move faster. I wish I could sell all my cars for 20 to 30% over market, but that's not really realistic anymore with all the competition and everyone that's trying to sell Pokemon cards right now. So my biggest thing is I have a margin of what percentage I want to be at, and I'm pumping out orders left and right. I'm trying to get my cards out as fast as possible so I can reinvest that capital. More time equals more buys. It gives you the opportunity to grow your business more. The other day I was thinking, I was like, okay, I need to get these orders out, and then I need to sit down and I need to think, right? I need to think about what I need to be doing. I need to write down a few things. I need to center my thoughts, because at the end of the day, you have to have time, and so you're the most important thing that's going to grow your business. It's the same thing like if you're a general manager of a business, right, or of a whatever you want to call it, of a restaurant, because that's what I know is you have to be freed up, because you got to do the thinking of how you're going to guide the ship, right? And you need more ship, and you need time to do that. And the third thing is, don't be scared to hit the reset button. Every once in a while, I get really anxious, or I get really focused on getting orders out and listing cards as fast as possible. However, here pretty soon, I need to hit the reset button on all this crap behind me and get this office reorganized again. In 24 hours, it'll look just like this again, but you can't really move forward while you're being held back, right? Every time I go to sit down right now, I have some trash on the floor. Every time I go to sit down, I have to move a little. I step on trash. It distracts me. It's slowing me down. So I have to hit the reset button. So, guys, hopefully you found this informative. I appreciate you guys sticking with me for the 11 minutes and 44 seconds so far. Hit the like and subscribe button. And let's continue on this journey together, guys, to a $1 million business. And thanks for your time, y'all. Y'all have a good one.